One.
Hi, my name's Tim St.Pierre, and I'll be talking to you about metaplasia. The mechanism of metaplasia is characterized by a reversible change in which one adult cell type is replaced by a different type of adult cell. This occurs from a form of cellular adaptation in which an indigenous cell type is replaced by another cell type that is more suitable for the environment that it's surrounded by. Because these new cells are different from the indigenous cells, there are certain protective mechanisms that can be lost. The two types of metaplasias are pathologic metaplasia. It occurs in response to an injury or an exposure to some sort of toxin to the cell, such as what is seen in gastroesophageal reflux disease, where the exposure of gastric acid converts the indigenous squamous cell mucosa to glandular mucosa, which is much like the tissue of the small intestinal mucosa. Physiologic metaplasia, on the other hand, is a normal response and is more adaptive, such as what happens in squamous cell metaplasia. It occurs during the normal changes of the cervix during the menstrual cycle. The changes to the cellular structure. Damage to any one of the organelles of the cell can result in injury to the cell as a whole. When the cell is exposed to a toxin, adaptation must take place. Damage to the cell occurs when toxin causes the sodium-potassium pump within the cell membrane to malfunction. This leads to an increase of sodium within the cytoplasm. This increase of sodium within the cell leads to severe swelling of the cell, and homeostasis can no longer be maintained. This swelling affects the mitochondria and reduces the amount of ATP production. And if the cell stays in this for an extended period of time, anaerobic respiration will occur, and possible irreversible damage to the cell can occur. The result of chronic cellular change due to metaplasia is, well, in regards to the chronic cellular change, we can think about the cells that go through the change in the lungs or the alveoli when exposed to cigarette smoke, known as lung squamous metaplasia, which can occur in the airway epithelium or the alveolar epithelium. Metaplasia of the alveolar epithelium features the replacement of alveolar cells with squamous epithelium, whereas metaplasia of the airway epithelium features the replacement of bronchiolar squamous epithelium. As a result of exposure to injury, squamous metaplasia may be accompanied by various grades of inflammation, fibrosis, and necrosis. The different types of lung neoplasias that may emerge include cystic keratinizing epithelioma and squamous cell carcinoma. What interventions can we do to kind of treat metaplasia? The cell damage that can result in metaplasia have the possibility to be reversed if the exposure is not for a long period of time. Preventing exposure of these toxins is crucial in preventing these changes, and if prevention is not possible, then exposure time to the toxins should be severely limited. Thank you.